The crypto market is an arena where the winners command the spotlight, while the losers fade away into silent oblivion. Here, true success isn't built on finding the next moonshot coin. It begins with mastering the art of avoiding fatal mistakes. You must understand that crypto is not a game of winning, it is a game of survival. Today, I'm not here to tell you what to buy. Instead, I'm going to show you exactly what you must never do. If you can shield yourself from these fundamental errors, time will eventually shift from being your enemy to becoming your greatest ally in wealth building.
Emotional reaction versus mathematical planning. The vast majority of capital evaporated in the crypto market is not caused by bad projects, but by trades opened entirely without a plan. For most amateur investors, what triggers a trade is not technical data or rational analysis, but a fleeting gut feeling. There is no entry strategy, no certainty on where to stop if the market turns, and the exit point is left entirely to the mercy of greed. Every trade opened solely on a feeling, driven by the adrenaline of immediate price action, is not an investment. It is an uncontrolled reaction to the market's manipulative movements. The professional's 3 golden questions. A professional trader starts with a 100% acceptance that the market could turn against them before they even hit the buy button. 3 questions are crystal clear in their mind. For what technical reason am I entering exactly here? At what price level do I admit I am wrong and walk away? And what is my target reward zone? If the answer to any of these is blurry, the trade simply does not exist for the professional. To them, a stop loss is not a defeat, it is a strategic retreat that preserves capital for the next real opportunity. Simplicity, clarity, and the definition of investing. There is a fundamental rule in the world of finance. If you cannot explain the logic, the risk, and the expected outcome of a position in a few simple sentences, clear enough for a child to understand, you are not investing. Complex excuses, hopeful prayers like maybe it will recover, and vague strategies are merely ways gamblers comfort themselves. A true investment is an action planned in cold blood, prepared for any outcome. To win in crypto, you must stop reacting and start operating with a plan. Denial masked as courage. Trading without a stop loss is not a display of confidence or courage. It is a pure act of denial from a mind unable to accept market reality. Phrases like, "It'll drop a bit more and then bounce back," or "I don't sell at a loss," are clear evidence that the investor has lost control. Every moment you operate without a stop, you are essentially telling the market, "Punish me as much as you want. I've surrendered control to you." The market never shows compassion to those who trade on hope or stubbornness. Instead, it exploits these emotional weaknesses to the fullest. The stop is not a loss, it's an insurance premium. Many amateur investors view being stopped out as a defeat or a loss. However, for professionals, a stop loss is the most vital insurance premium that protects capital from total disaster. A stop doesn't make you poor. It keeps you in the game by preserving the rest of your capital during a massive downward wave. When you hit a stop, all you lose is a small amount of money. But when you don't use one, what you risk losing is your entire financial future and your chance to try again. Remember, In this arena, your greatest asset is not your cash, but your ability to remain functional in the game. The wisdom of small losses. Successful trading is not the art of always being right. It is the ability to recognize you are wrong early and minimize the cost of that mistake. Accepting a small loss and stepping away saves you from days of psychological turmoil and weeks of waiting for a recovery that may never come. Disasters rarely start with a massive crash. They begin with a small loss that wasn't stopped. If you can't put out a small fire, you'll eventually have to watch the entire forest burn down. For a disciplined trader, a stop is a clean exit used to transition to the next real opportunity. The illusion of speed and the magnification of error. The most common misconception among beginners is the belief that the path to financial freedom is built on speed and intensity. Consequently, before they even learn to decode the market's language, they dive into the depths of high-leverage trading, taking risks far beyond their capacity. Contrary to popular belief, leverage is not a magic wand that shortens the time to reach your goals. It is a magnifying glass that amplifies even the smallest technical or psychological error to catastrophic proportions. Going all in the moment you step into the market is like a novice pilot flying straight into a storm on their first flight. The result is usually a financial tragedy that ends the learning process before it even begins. The art of standing still and selective trading. The other side of this trap is the chronic urge to overtrade. Amateurs feel they must find an opportunity every time they look at the screen. However, the market is not a machine that offers constant profit. Sometimes the waters are murky, and the most professional move is to keep your hands in your pockets and do nothing. Simply watch. A professional trader knows there is no linear correlation between trading frequency and profitability. Like hunters, they do not chase every weak signal. Instead, they wait patiently for the right moment and the highest probability setup. In this arena, true success is not found in tiring oneself out with frequent trades, but in entering at the right time with the right plan and preserving capital. The power of time and resilience. In the crypto market, ultimate victory belongs neither to those who create the most complex algorithms nor to those with the fastest fingers. The true winners of this digital arena are the resilient minds who manage to stay in the game the longest. This market is designed to weed out those who risk everything overnight, while rewarding those who protect their capital, mental health, and discipline over time. If you can keep your ship on course instead of being tossed by every storm, mathematics and time become your greatest allies. Remember, this is not a 100-meter sprint, but an ultra-marathon. Only those who pace their breath correctly will reach the finish line. Success through right habits. In our next video, we will dive into the most critical distinction of this journey, the thin but deep line that separates a true investor from a gambler. Success in crypto is not a momentary explosion from a lucky trade. It is the cumulative result of correct habits repeated daily, a controlled ego, and unwavering discipline. If you want to take your place in this long-term wealth building, not as a victim, but as a conscious traveler, write Devam or continue in the comments. Because here, wealth does not fall from the sky overnight. It is built with patience, strategy, and by staying within the system.